When I was in high school, all I could think about was where I wanted to go to college. But now that I'm here, I can't help but think about what's next. If you're a college student, I'm sure that you relate. You might ask yourself questions like, where do I want to live after I graduate? Or what does my life look like? You might even ask yourself questions like, will I make enough money to do what I want to do, or will I simply be scraping by? In this video, we're going to explore how this may look for Texas Tech graduates and aim to answer the question, how likely are Texas Tech graduates with a bachelor's degree or higher to get a job in Lubbock related to their degree? And what does living and working in Lubbock look like financially in comparison with other large cities in Texas, taking into account median pay and cost of living? To answer this, we will look over multiple data sources, pulling from Texas Tech's Red Raider GradStats database, which tracks where alumni work, how much they make, and if their jobs are related to their degrees. I will also use the Bureau of Labor Statistics for local wage data and the cost of living comparisons from Numbeo and Best Places. First, let's look at Tech's 2023-2024 Career Outcomes Report. This shows that Tech graduates are doing fairly well in the job market. Here, we can see the Rawls College of Business reports a 90% positive career outcome rate. This means that 90% of students either found a job or went to grad school within 6 months of graduating. Some popular career choices within the College of Business boast even higher outcomes. Some of these include accounting, energy commerce, and general business, all with over a 98% positive career outcome rate. Texas Tech also offers a large variety of graduate level degrees. Since we are analyzing the reports from Rawls College, we will compare these outcomes to the undergraduate level business degrees we just explored. Here, we can see that along with an increase in salary, we will find a more positive career outcome in Texas Tech grads with graduate level degrees. For some perspective on managing day-to-day life while navigating the job market in Lubbock, we will hear from Texas Tech alumni Jace Hasselt. His interview was conducted and uploaded by Texas Tech Graduate School.
My name is Jace Hasselt. I graduated from Tech with my Master's of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies in December of 2022. I've worked for King Consultants for 16 years. We do environmental consulting. Most of it's going to be centered around older buildings, but we also do a lot of inspections and surveys of newer structures as well. So I did my degree 100% online. I was working full-time. I have an almost 10-year-old daughter. My wife and I have been married for 14 years, and so I think the concern for me starting a master's degree at that time at 32 was, what would that look like with the rest of my schedule? How was I going to be able to balance just all the normal life things that we kind of already had? And so, I mean, my best advice to anybody considering specifically a graduate degree at this point, maybe later in life than most people would have potentially done a master's, would be there's so many opportunities to do that without it getting into really complicated scheduling conflicts with normal life. And it was just a huge blessing to me to be able to do everything that I did at Tech without having to have that time constraint put on our schedule also.
Now that we've heard a bit about graduate school and the opportunities it can afford within the job market, let's go back to what we're here for. We've seen that Tech grads have no trouble finding employment, but how many of these jobs are in Lubbock? Texas Tech's alumni data shows that while plenty of grads stay, a significant number move to bigger cities, and the most common area for students to move is to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. LinkedIn's alumni records reveal that out of the roughly 200,000 Texas Tech grads, the majority live in Texas, and out of those, we see the most jobs in Lubbock and the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We can also see other important data, like what tech careers are most prominent and how the fields studied in college correlate to the common career outcomes. Now let's talk about earnings. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average hourly wage in the Lubbock area is around $24.50 compared to roughly $30 in Dallas. In short, Lubbock pays less, but your dollar goes further. We'll be able to see this when we compare the hourly and household wages to the cost of living comparison. Lubbock's cost of living is one of its biggest advantages. Based on Numbeo's 2024 data, overall expenses are about 20 to 25% lower than in Dallas or Austin, and housing is often 40% cheaper. Sites like bestplace.net confirm that groceries, transportation, and healthcare also cost less than in larger Texas metros. So, while you might earn less here, your paycheck stretches further. The numbers only tell part of the story. To help you make your decision, let's hear from workers in both the Lubbock and Dallas area about the way that they live.
That's the West Texas charm. While Lubbock may feel far from the hustle of like all those big cities that I just mentioned, it definitely makes up for it with the people here. It's definitely a place where like your neighbors will still wave, strangers will definitely hold the door open for you, and people do genuinely want to help you out. I actually have a monthly membership at a car wash here, and I go get my car washed when I just need a little pick-me-up because honestly, every time I drive in, the employees make a mad dash out front. They make a point to come out, wave with the biggest smile, and it just brightens my day. So that's just what you can expect here. I mean, even as the city grows, it definitely holds tight to that small town spirit, and so you'll find community events nearly almost every weekday. And of course, Red Raider football games are a community event. It's a lifestyle here. It's not uncommon to run into someone you know at the grocery store, like all the time. And that everybody knows everybody vibe is definitely why people love to live here and people choose to continue living here. And maybe that's why you want to live here.
Just the economy that's bringing people to Dallas. You know, the city has a rich cultural scene with so many people from different ethnic backgrounds. You know, you're really able to raise well-rounded children out here. Just the other week, I met somebody from Istanbul at our local boxing gym. You know, we had a chance to just chop it up and, you know, share stories. You know, he was telling me just how different the US was from his country, and it was really in a good way, right? One thing I'll say after having that conversation is we have first world problems here, and sometimes a little perspective can go a long way with reframing your mindset. Now, Dallas has some world-class museums, theaters, and music venues, right? The Dallas Arts District, for example, is one of the largest urban districts in the nation. It's featuring institutions like the Dallas Museum of Art, the National Sculpture Center, and the Windspear Opera House. Whether you're into art or just a history buff or someone who just enjoys live performances, Dallas definitely has something to offer.
So how likely are Texas Tech graduates to land a job in Lubbock related to their degree? The data says very likely to find a job, but staying in Lubbock depends on your major and career goals. Wages are lower than big cities, but cost of living helps balance things out. In the end, it's about trade-offs. Lubbock offers small city comfort and high affordability, but you may sacrifice big city opportunity and entertainment. Now that you know about the financial and cultural aspects of living in Lubbock versus larger Texas cities like Dallas, it is up to you to decide what you want to do with it. Graduation may still be far off, or maybe it's right around the corner. Either way, it's up to you, and graduating from Texas Tech will give you the opportunity to decide.